Hey yo, just 1 second. Alright, I'm here. Sorry, I just hopped out the shower. Ooh, camera's not on. Okay, we're here. Crazy. I see we have some gamers in the chat. That is a huge poggers moment. I also have a cat. Oh my god. What's up, sup? I saw some stuff in the chat. Oh, you're playing Tears of the... Ooh. Have fun. I saw something up here. Noob Gamer 69. Whoa. Said, is there a Discord server? Actually working on that. I expect it relatively soon. I'm learning how to make a Discord server. Thank you, Evermore. Hope you guys are all doing good. Sup, Billy. Sup, Cribble. Solstice, Poggers, Lost in Elysium. Kale, good to see you back. Sup, Cameron. Marvin, Marcos, Afta. Hope y'all are doing good. I want to break you guys the news, okay? So unfortunately, I am streaming on my RTX 3080 right now. Nothing wrong with the 6700. It's just the 3080 is just faster. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's just a higher tier card. Yeah. Huge break. It's just like, why would I use a 6700 when I have a 3080? Bro, I'm going to refund you, Cameron, you little... Are alerts working? Did you guys hear that? I saw it. I don't hear it on my end, but if I make it so I can hear it through OBS, then it sounds all crackled and stuff. It like breaks itself. So I have to have it in another way. So I'll take just 1 second. 6950 XT is going very cheap right now. Have you guys seen 6800s? Ooh. With the launch of these cards, man, these garbage ass cards. 1 second. Bro, with the 4060 Ti, well, that is zoomed in. The 4060 Ti and the 7600, which we'll get into it in a little bit, isn't as bad, but just like these things are cheap, man. 6800. Ooh, I don't recommend getting the 6800 right now, dude. It looks like this is the only one available. When did these things sell out? Boys and girls, when did this happen? This thing's gone. Dang. That is like the holy grail. That, like if you're spending it in like the upper mid tier graphics card, man, 16 gigabytes. It's nice. But you can get XTs for 500 even right now. Just get the XT. It's significantly faster than the non-XT one. I thought the 6800s were going for like around $400. Like it's insane. Yeah, the 7900 XTX should be even lower. So, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have exactly anything prepped for this stream. I was kind of thinking that we maybe just check out some videos and reviews. I was watching a 4060 Ti video because that card, I kind of just want to rant about it. Like, actually, I kind of just want to rant. Oh my god, Cameron. Was waiting for the 6800 to drop today. Dude, it's yeah, this is the only card that's available. Kind of bummer. Let's get the XT, but it's kind of expensive. So, yeah, I kind of just want to rant. Like the, oh my god. Oh, you know what we could do? Let's react to dude, NAF. That didn't come up with what I what is it? Okay, that's interesting. Not an Apple fan. He made a really good video. I was half paying attention to it when I went to sleep last night, so I wasn't even on my desktop. You look up NAAF and it comes up with something weird. So, dude, he was going off in this video. He always goes off. Like, bro is always cooking, but he went off. User market around the $400 is ridiculous, dude. Oh yeah, let's actually check that out. 6800. Did they go for that? Ooh, that's exciting. 60. We don't want the XT one. Whoa, that's a good deal. Wait. Look at that deal. Yeah. No joke, man. You can get a 6800 for under $400. Woo. Yeah, let's check out this video, man.
So what?
Paul Cooks. All right. So if you guys want to check this out, I'm not subbed. Okay, subbing. Man. Yeah. Let's check it.
So what is up, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? Remember, Nvidia just launched the 4060.
Because this has been, like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been straight grinding this week. I've been pumping out videos because there's so much to talk about right now. It's really exciting. Really excitingly bad. It's been fun. We're getting bad products, but it's good content. Get a 3080 for $370. Wow, my bro. Malik going crazy.
Nvidia just launched a graphics card that everyone should be interested in, or not, because it's the stupidest graphics card we've seen launched this season. And this is weird because that statement makes a lot of sense when you talk about normal GPU launches, but when you talk about a launch where Nvidia called something a 4080 and then decided to call it a 4070 Ti, it doesn't make any sense at all. Trying not to swear before the 30-second mark. We're past the 30-second mark now, so we're good. It is the worst graphics card ever launched, ever, full stop.
Okay, I want to know, can you guys, I'm clapping. Can you guys think of a graphics card that launched worse than the 4060 Ti? This thing is garbage. Like, at least I've always seen that even if it's named the same, they might, at least the performance isn't the same. Like, you know, it's the same tier of card. At least the performance isn't the same for the next generation. They might charge more for it, so the price to performance isn't better, but it's legitimately almost the same card. to the 3050, the 1630. Oh, well, let's talk about like actually reasonable cards that people actually want to buy, not the 1030, 1630. That I'm not talking about that. I could see like the real like low end, like the 6400 XT and the 6500 XT as well. It's pretty bad though. Like where expectations are set for a 60 class card crumbled. 60 class is like usually like, you know, that's a sweet spot, man. That's a sweet spot. You know, you're paying enough to get out of the bad value at the low end, but you're not paying so much that you're, you know, that your pockets are dry. 3060 Ti is a cool upgrade to the 3060 Ti is a pretty cool upgrade to the 4060 Ti. Oh yeah. You guys mean you're talking about the 4050, right? That's what we're talking about. Yeah. We're reacting to the 4050 right now.
It is in fact in some cases slower than its predecessor, depending on resolution and so on and so forth. It's slower than its predecessor, but it costs the same amount of money. Did you know that actually?
You know, just the benefit of the doubt, I will say that, well, not the benefit, to its credit, at least it's not always slower. You know, we gotta look on the bright side. It's only slower about 10% of the time. Wait, guys, we just peaked over 100 viewers. Whoa. Hey, yo. Okay. That's pretty crazy.
Happened. Nvidia launched
That's a first.
That, depending on the resolution, is slower than its predecessor. And this will go down as the day where Nvidia decided to tell you that a 1080p card is $400. This will go down as that day, the day where we, as a community, jointly said that's just okay. Well, like Nvidia's going to announce their.
What is so insulting, bro? My GTX 1070 has 8 gigabytes of VRAM, man, and that was, you know, really good at the time. But that's Pascal. We're never getting Pascal value again, are we? Never. Because even if we get good value, like how we had with 3000 series from Nvidia, I'm talking about Nvidia's side. Even if we get good value, they don't give us enough VRAM. It's never happening, but dude, they're gonna give us a 64-bit bus, and then they're gonna give us a 64-bit bus, and then say, hey, we tripled the L2 cache. You're welcome, gamers. Thanks, Nvidia. What's funny is it seems like they're almost making cards for Nvidia fans instead of, I forget who said that. It was in one of these reviews. Like, I think it was maybe, I don't know, you guys will tell me. It's like they're making it for fans, but they're gonna kill all their fan base acting like this. There's a reason people are fans, right?
Their earnings call this week, and I hope, to all hopes, that gaming is down. I don't care about their overall.
No, it's he doesn't mention earning calls too. Bro, I'm gonna turn this reaction to like 2 hours. I want to check. Cameron said something in chat. I want to check it. I saw 770s putting these cards to shame. On God, bro. Okay. Earning calls. So this is second quarter of 2023, right? So they want to release cards so that they can kind of like pump their numbers before the earning calls come up for their stockholders. This is not going to pump their numbers. I don't know what they're talking about. Or do they just want to have something on the quarter to say that they did something? I don't know. Both companies have to do the same thing. You notice that they both launch a card right at the end of the quarter.
Revenue, but I just hope that gaming is down, because I hope that people have genuinely learned a lesson in that Nvidia is not your friend. You shouldn't be fighting, sticking stakes in the ground and saying to all of the AMD boys out there, fuck you AMD boys, fuck you AMD boys. You shouldn't be doing that. You should be holding hands with the AMD boys and saying, fuck you greedy corporations for just taking advantage of us for like basically 3 years and trying to keep the crypto prices around, even though crypto's not here anymore. Like that's their problem. That's a problem for them. It's not a problem for.
Dude, he's speaking facts. He is speaking so much facts. My man Paul, let him cook. Okay. Thanks to whoever just subbed. I'm sorry, my freaking, I have an alerts feed on my OBS thing, and it just never works. So sometimes I see it. So thanks to whoever sub. I don't know if you're in chat or not, but Okay. I ain't gonna lie. I forget what he said now.
And trying to keep the crypto prices around, even though crypto's not here anymore. Like that's their problem. That's a problem for them.
Dude, it's kind of like, okay, so this like whole scenario right now, we got the a whacked up economy. Like right now, we're in a recession. Okay, it's hard to feel the effects of it. Corporations feel it way harder than we do. But in order to make compelling products and in order to keep people buying things in the midst of a recession, you still have to make the products attractive to people. You still have to make good generation improvements. You can't just pump out garbage, okay? And here Nvidia's, like what Paul just said, trying to keep crypto prices. We're not paying for that, okay? We're not in a shortage. We don't need graphics cards, and especially with people don't have as much discretionary income within a recession. We're not gonna buy this crap. Who cares about it? Who cares? Seriously.
It's not a problem for us. We should just go, no, we're not gonna buy this stuff. We're not gonna buy, like Nvidia wants to make an 80 class card cost $1,200. Now an 80 class card currently does not cost $1,200 because Nvidia's asking $1,200, but nobody's paying it.
Facts.
Right? But the only way that
who's buying
Nvidia
a 4080? Like, come on, guys.
A $1,200 80 class card is when people start to buy it. The only way people can crystallize
Nvidia's Apple
a 70
GPUs
Ti class card being $800 when people start to buy it. The only way Nvidia can crystallize the price of a 4070, which is not even a 70.
Bro, Prince, you got games on your phone?
Okay with a 4070 being $600. By the way, Brian from Techia City, good friend of the channel.
See, only games I have on my phone is Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail.
Kind of defended the 4060 Ti today. Don't want to fight with Brian. Love Brian, absolutely. But what I want to say is that.
Oh, my man said he's gonna get a 4080. Ooh. Dude, but do you have Angry Birds Space? Clash Royale and Poker, bro. I have Solitaire. Actually, I have Minesweeper on my phone. Minesweeper's bussin'. It's fun. It's surprisingly really good. A 4080 or a 7900 XTX. I don't know. It's up to you, bro. Like, if you're in that price class, I mean, that's all there is. So if you want to pay that much on a GPU, just get it. Get what you want. You know, I'm not gonna shame. And thanks, Passport Bros Business Class. I have a 4060 Ti. It's 56% faster than the 7600, but it also costs like almost, not quite 56% more.
Nvidia can try and crystallize a 4060 Ti at that price, but the problem is that it's not a 4060 Ti. That's the problem. I agree with Brian in that inflation and all this kind of stuff, but the reality is that if we didn't get a 4060 Ti today, what we...
Hey, let me check out these. No, I want to talk about this first. So he's talking about Techia City, right? Do you guys know who Techia City is? I'm assuming in the PC gaming community, you know who this is. Man, I just looked that up and it said Technoblade. RIP Techno. I don't know. Brian is giving me odd vibes nowadays. Yeah, Emery, let's go, Poggers. I don't know. He talks a lot about like economics and stuff. It almost kind of feels like he's doing like, it's kind of like it almost feels like a cult. Am I crazy? Like, I don't think he's exactly wrong on what he speaks, but I don't like him defending the companies because we're still consumers at the end of the day. So Passport Bro, he just did a dono. Thank you, bro. I made over 20K on Nvidia today. Give you a taste. What are you talking about? 20K on Nvidia? Stock market?
We got is like a 4050 or something. Like, that's what we got, right? Like, or maybe bargain basement terrible
He's defending these prices. Nvidia could give us all we want, but they don't care about the consumer. We cannot get a quality card, and they know that people will hold on to a card that has 16 gigabytes of VRAM and performs well. 16 gigabytes of VRAM is pretty good. Like, it probably won't be limiting for a while. He's he's off on some of his inflation. I wouldn't disagree with that. He's got the right idea. Applying it broadly. Yeah. I feel like he should. I'm not gonna lie. This is no hate to him. He should probably move away from this direction on the channel because we're consumers. You know, we just want good products. We don't really care about the inflation stuff. Like, it makes sense. We get it. We get that the world is like that, but we want a good product. Hey Vex, I want to buy a 7900 XT because it's perfect for my workflow and gaming, but it's $1,000. Yes, XT. Ooh. Where are you, bro? Here, it should be better if I go with the 4080 instead because it's $1,200. Will it be worth the money? I mean, how much is XTX? Yeah, the 4080 is actually probably worth the extra money there. That's significant performance uplift.
4060, that's what we got. And in that case,
Canadian.
okay, well, I'm okay with a 4060.
But that means that, but think about it. He can still get a 4080 for $1,200, but he can get a 7900 XT for $1,000. And say in the US, you can get a 7900 XT for like 800 or close to that right now. So that means the gap between AMD and Nvidia is a lot closer wherever he lives. Yeah, get a 4080. It's a better deal. I'm not saying it's a good deal. It's a better deal.
If it was really a 4050, which is what it really is, a 4050 being like $250, okay, we can talk about that. But like, that's what Nvidia's trying to do, and I think that's lost in translation somewhere here, where everybody's trying to make sense of the whole narrative of the stupidness and the pricing and all. The reality is, every SKU you see is at least 1 or 2 SKUs weaker than it should be.
Bro, what's funny is I kind of mentioned it in my latest video. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it seems like Nvidia has a naming problem because it seems like they want to readjust their pricing tiers or something like that. They all perform less than what they should have, so they've named their cards higher than they should be. And AMD has a pricing problem or they've screwed themselves. Except that AMD did mess up their names with the 7900 XT and XTX. 7900 XTX should have just been the XT. The 7900 XT should have been the 7800 XT. I don't think that's arguable, honestly. It would have put their product stack in a lot better position.
But yet named 1 or 2 SKUs higher than it should be. That's the reality of what's happened. And if you don't know what a SKU means, it means just a card and a name. So essentially what Nvidia is doing at the 80 class,
Arc A750 for
instead of an 80, and they're trying to
$200, same
what Nvidia
as a
is trying to do,
6600 price.
in terms of the 70 Ti, is they're trying to sell you a 70 Ti and call it a 70 Ti, but realistically what they're actually selling you is a 60 Ti, right?
I feel like this shows a lot. Let's actually look up the RTX 4070 Ti on Tech Power Up. Because I kind of want to see, because you would think a card that costs $800 would have, like, think about the 3080. Yeah, the 3080 only had 10 gigabytes of VRAM, but it had a 320-bit bus. 20-bit, but what am I saying, bro? But the 4070 Ti only has a 192-bit bus, which would be similar to like how they would make a 60 class card. Not to mention it's on an 8104, which no, 60 class cards, aren't they usually on 8106? Pretty sure. So that's like okay. But I want to check out the power consumption on this card. 285. Maybe that's a little high for a 60 class card. I feel like that isn't the true power draw, but it'd probably draw at least 250 watts. I feel like that's a little high for a 60 class card. Some of the point of the 60 class cards is like you're never gonna have to swap out your power supply or anything like that. This might have been a 4070. Imagine if a 4070 Ti was actually a 4070 and cost $600. I think it's a 4070. Let's get back.
And what they're trying to do with the 70 is they're trying to say that that's a 70, but realistically it's a 60. So they're trying to say that, look at how great this 60 is. And all that's happened here is that Nvidia's went to a new node where they can dramatically increase frequency, which gives them really easy wins in terms of performance, but instead of passing that on the consumer in terms of mind-blowing, unbelievably unadulterated fucking performance.
Well, let's run that back.
Mind-blowing, unbelievably unadulterated fucking performance, because that's what
Just me? Oh my god.
that's what they could give you. That's what they could give you, right? Instead, what Nvidia's tried to do is milk you for the most money possible. That's what they've tried to do. And what I'm heartened by, what I am you know, excited by.
Oh, I didn't mention it, but he really likes sub performance. Bro, it's those clock speeds, man. It's the clock speed, they go crazy. But like, yeah, he was just talking about how like Ada Lovelace, which again is just such a trippy name for a generation. Ada Lovelace. I remember when they announced it, I was like, what the hell are they talking about, bro? What is Ada Lovelace? Because it doesn't sound like a GPU name. It's just a person. Sorry, excuse me. So, just wondering on here if you could see what it clocks to. Because they can get, yeah, they can run clocks on this card a lot. Like, I think my 3080 runs at like 18 to 1900 megahertz. For the amount of power draw they have and getting clock speeds like this, it's pretty impressive. They have a good generation on their hands. But it's all priced terribly. She's the first programmer. Oh, probably. Like, I know it's significant. But it's just like, I just remember that throwing me for a loop. I was like, what the hell are they talking about, bro?
It's the fact that we, as a community, almost uniformly have said, oh, fuck you, Nvidia. Go try harder, buddy. And
I'm going to make a video on this. So I just saw instead, oh, so why did they make the card so bad? It's because I don't think they care. I genuinely don't think they care. By the way, thank you, Insured Frames. $10 donation. It's a big one. Thank you, bro. 4070 Ti is enough bandwidth for the cache to carry. Look at this new thought experiment. Compare SM to SM. Wait. I'm tripping right now. What are SMs? I can't think of what it is right now. SM scaling across generations. 4080 versus 3080 Ti, 4070 versus 3070, 4060 Ti versus 3060 Ti, SM to SM. I actually can't think of what this stands for right now. So I just wanted to point out, I don't think this is like a crazy topic for people, but I don't think Nvidia is focusing on their GPUs. Like, you see their website, just looking at on Google. Nvidia, world leader in AI computing. Not gaming, not graphics cards, not anything like that. Not even consumer focused things, really. Intelligence computing. Let's check it out. He's going to be at Computex. Cool. That'll be probably a cool presentation. So this is their top things that they're advertising. Unlock enterprise ready AI. Driving Windows PCs in an era of generative AI. NVIDIA Grace CPU. I don't know what this is, but it's not gaming. Whatever this is. Like, do they even care? Core clusters, more SMs, more faster. Oh yeah. Well, are you talking about density then? I feel like, and thank you for the $2. I think so, like having density in their cards. I mean, it's because they went from 4070 Ti. I mean, they're on a 5 nanometer process now, and last generation. Let's just grab the 3070 Ti. What, that was like 7, 8. That's a significant drop in the process. You can fit a lot more stuff in there. yeah, so the chips are smaller, they're more efficient, they can clock higher. And I'm guessing when things are closer, they can clock higher. But yeah, let's get back to this. I think Nvidia really just doesn't care about gamers. I remember, I don't know if you guys saw my video, I was trying to find where they show laptops. The gaming is under it, isn't on their front page. This could be like this. The reason that this is the case, it easily could be because this generation is bad too. If this generation was good, you know, but it's kind of like what came first, chicken or the egg? And Shirt Flames is donating a lot. Thank you. 4080 has 76, 3080 Ti has 80, 4070 and 3070 both have 46. Gotcha. It's like the chicken or the egg is like, did they make a generation bad on purpose so that they don't have to upkeep it? It isn't like their main focus of their company. They just are getting out content for people, or like basically content so that, you know, they don't become like nobody's talking about them. Or you could definitely see the argument that this generation was bad, so they're definitely not choosing to focus on it right now. But we don't know the back end stuff. We don't know what's actually happening.
Maybe we'll talk about it next generation. That's what it seems like we've done. And in that moment, I see a community that stands together and says, fuck off. And I'm not saying do that to just Nvidia. I'm saying when AMD tries to launch a 7600, and if it is anything other than $250,
Dude, bro is actually angry. Look at him.
to launch a 7600, and if it is anything other than $250, tell AMD to go fuck themselves as well. I'm not saying.
So pay attention to the SMs and you decipher everything. Oh, are you talking about like? Oh, is that what you're talking about? Are you talking about like? Guys, we're at 150 concurrent viewers. That is crazy. Thank you guys. Are you talking about like how many SMs are in a core so that would decide? It doesn't matter about the density, but like what tier of card it is. Is that what you're saying? Where did they say that on Tech Power Up SMs? Yeah, they do. 60. So, what is a 3070 Ti? 48. So you would want more, right? Or they have the same SMs? That would tell you how many core clusters that they have to get the same amount or more CUDA cores on. So their core cluster would be a group of cores. So you can see how efficient they are with getting stuff on the die. 128 cores per SM. Gotcha. Okay. I'm learning too, guys. I'm learning too. Oh no, I backed up on accident.
So what is
I clicked my mouse backwards. No. Where are we at?
of the stupidness and the pricing and all? The reality is every SKU you see is at least is a 60 Ti, right? And what they're trying to do with the 70 is they're trying to say that that's a 70, but realistically it's a 60. And what I'm heartened by, I am you know, excited.
Same amount as the 3070, but in my opinion,
as a community,
held back to 3070 Ti was 8 gigabytes. I agree with that. I need more.
Fuck you, Nvidia. Go try harder, buddy, and maybe we'll talk about it next generation. That's what it seems like we've done.
What I hate, so like what I'm seeing here though. Sorry, I'm actually sick right now, by the way, guys. Sorry, I got a cough. So Paul just mentioned is like, oh, we can check back with Nvidia next generation, and that's true. Like actually, it's true. We can check back with Nvidia next generation. The problem is how they're pricing their cards and everything. They're going to use these pricing structures, these naming structures to say that the next generation is better. It's going to happen. Okay. I think it's going to be a similar story with how 20 series was going to 30 series. It's 20 series was bad. So going to 30 series, yeah, it looked really good, but who really knows what could have been if they did a better, like, gen-on-gen performance instead of that. Now, what's the difference between 20 series and 40 series? 20 series at least introduced ray tracing, which was really cool. Okay, cool tech. Still don't use it, but cool tech, and I love to see it. But 40 series, what did that introduce? Nothing.
And in that moment, I see a community.
Sorry, like, frame generation is not gonna be selling GPUs. 1 second, I gotta grab my water. And what kills me is that the 60 Ti class is actually, like, this gen is actually pretty usable for ray tracing. But they're like, oh, you know, this card's actually good at ray tracing. Finally, like, a mainstream card, I know it costs $400, but a more obtainable card can ray trace. But here's 8 gigabytes of VRAM. Yep.
It stands together and says, fuck off.
You need VRAM for ray tracing.
Do that to just Nvidia. I'm saying when AMD tries to launch a 7600, and if it is anything other than $250, tell AMD to go fuck themselves as well. I'm not saying across the board you should buy an AMD card. You should buy no. What you should buy is value. Let's all be friends of our wallet instead of friends of a greedy, evil corporation that wants that. The only reason for existing is to take your money. Their only reason for existing is to take your money and put it in the back pocket of their shareholders. And
it's true. It's true. Seriously. Thanks, Insured Frames again. Using TPU, compare the SM count across tiers of card, 90 versus 90, 80 versus 80 Ti, to see how it is manipulated. A 70 Ti, big jump in SM, 70 identical. I don't know what kind of conclusion we're trying to get from. That's the only thing. What's up, PF?
Our only existence for existing in terms of this symbiotic relationship that we have with these greedy evil corporations is to tell them that they didn't do good enough this generation around and we're not going to buy it. So come back next generation when you're willing to sell something that actually makes fucking sense. Because sense has left the building. That's what's happened. Ultimately, complete and utter nonsense rules the roost here. And you know what? You know what else? We're all getting angry and fighting with each other and killing each other on Twitter and having rows. And nobody's liking each other and there's fights everywhere. And you know why that is? It's because these companies are trying to divide and conquer us all. That's what.
I don't know if this is really. I'm not gonna lie. I think I do disagree with him a little bit here. Like, I'm not sure if that is the main focus. I'm not sure if dedicated GPUs is the main focus of these companies anymore. Genuinely. So, thank you, May Poliski. Donated 550 Canadian. So, in real money, that is. I'm just kidding. So I've followed you for about 3 months. So far, so good. You have been consistent with content. Have a fun spin on tech. I appreciate it, man. Trying to bring a new light to it. Keep things creative and fun. Insured Frames, they buffed the high end, nerfed mid and low. Yeah, I mean, the 4090 is like crazy. But you got to pay $1,600 for it. You know, the margins in the 4090 is nuts. So it makes sense that they nerfed everything below it. What it surprises me with the 4060 Ti is that they managed to make a worse launch than the 70, like the 4070. And that thing was garbage. Garbage.
What they're trying to do. If I can get you not to talk to your best friend who's making a really logical argument, well then maybe you're more likely and more susceptible to buying this stupidly priced product. That's what they're trying to do. They're being divisive on purpose. They're doing it on purpose so that.
Where was it? Where is it? This actually, you know, I've been happy with my RX 6700, right? I'm not speaking on the 7600 right now with the new gen. I'm talking about the 6700. If you go to AMD's website, trying to think of where it is. It's somewhere. Maybe it's in the box or something. They literally tell you, thanks for joining the red team. I'm like, shut up, bro. I'm not on a team. I just want value. Okay? And you're like, you're trying to make it be like, oh, you're on a team. I don't give up. Like, seriously.
We don't.
Try not to swear on this channel, but like, seriously. I don't like that. Okay? We don't need to join a side. We don't need to pick a side. This isn't no Avengers Civil War or whatever. We don't care. Okay? Most consumers don't care. That do their research. Don't care.
Know what's going on. We've been hoodwinked and we've had the blinds pulled over our eyes. Well, I don't think we should do that anymore. And by the way, please, boys, please hit the like button. If
hit
you
the
want
like
to
button.
support the message that's in this
Support
video.
Paul.
Because pressing the like button tells YouTube that I'm a better YouTuber than I actually am. And it conveys to YouTube that they...
Guys, so he just said hitting the like button makes YouTube think that he's a better YouTuber than he is. Okay? How good is Paul? I think he short sells himself. Because surprisingly, even though he doesn't edit his videos, the way that he rants, the way that he talks about things, it's always interesting. I think Paul is great. So, like, it's surprising. It's kind of like similar like how Daniel Owen does. He doesn't really even edit, but the way that they talk and carry the video, it keeps you watching. It's good.
should give me more views. So please hit the like button if you can, and please, if you like the content in this video, please share it with your friends because they pay attention to these videos. And
for real? Okay, let me do this right quick, guys. Okay, you're feeling generous, go hop over to Paul's video and give him a like. Maybe even a sub if you're not subbed to him.
Also, only if you can, please consider hitting that subscribe button because it's down below.
Team
it's
Blue?
there, it's free, and it gets
Got
you
another
more
color,
of these
guys.
videos into your sub box so you see them more often. I appreciate everyone who did that. Thank you, everyone who.
So I want to give some quick thoughts on Intel, right? So Intel's cards. I just saw Daniel Owen's video about the A770 compared to the 4060 Ti. But you get 16 gigabytes of VRAM on the 770, which is nice to have. But it performs significantly worse, even price to performance wise. So technically speaking, can't share, friends required. Technically speaking, Intel isn't quite there yet. And I get based on value. I've always bought used GPUs and stuff like that to get as much value as possible. But what I'm thinking is like their value isn't quite there yet. Like it's close. Like on top of getting them, you have to deal with possible driver issues and instability, inconsistencies in gaming performance. That it's still a toss up. I'm not gonna I want to support Intel so that they can continue to add competition to the market, but I'm not gonna be like a stand for Intel. I'm looking forward to what they can do in the future.
Who did that? And if the people who didn't do that either don't agree with me, in other case, you've been brainwashed by these evil, greedy corporations, or fuck off, right? Like genuinely, like that's what's happened.
He just gatekept his whole audience.
But genuinely, like this card has launched, and if you want to know, if you wanted the TLDR, if you haven't watched any of the reviews, you haven't watched anything to do with how they've launched.
67 is a little bit better than the
these
7600 and has 10 gigabytes of VRAM.
Dog shit.
But you don't get
I've
AV1.
called it for like a week now.
Push F for Vex till
for like a couple of weeks now. I said it won't really be the 4070, so it'll be somewhere between 3070. It won't really be the 3070, and it probably might even lose in some cases to a 3060 Ti.
So like, dude, what he's talking about is what's funny with the all the really big YouTubers, so say like Linus or Gamers Nexus or Hardware Unboxed, they never mention leaks or anything like that. But like, if you look at leaks, genuinely speaking, like, bro, we were saying this card was gonna be garbage over a month ago. Like, I said it was going to be one of the worst graphics cards ever. I'm just going to say it. I called it, bro. Bro, how many ounces? How many ounces? Like, dude, we called this. We called that this was gonna happen. We knew the performance. Like, we can estimate this stuff pretty well nowadays. Yeah, and Paul did the same thing. So I have questions on my jug. Wait, one second. I have questions on my jug. Guys, if you don't have a jug yet, get you a jug, bro. Get you a jug. This is a 64 ounce, guys. So this is half a gallon. It's great. Keeps everything cold for forever. Like, actually, put it in the heat of the sun. Not sponsored, but yeah, jugs are awesome. I usually drink about 2 of these a day, so I drink like a gallon of water somewhere in there. Bro, you got poor man jug. What a L. What a L. Get a 64, or you can get the 128 ounce one, and then you're gonna be Giga Chad jug man.
And then we see today, well, in some cases it does in fact
Bro, like, actually dying
at 1080p, but as soon as you start to put it in any resolution that we want...
Oh, dude, easily 50 degrees Celsius, easy.
Actually consider a $400 graphics card. So you're a person who goes out there and buys...
Bro, I had many jugs. I've had many a jugs. I had the really cheap one, the plastic one that's just foam. Was good. Leaked eventually, though. Bro, dude, I pee all the time. I ain't gonna lie. I am not capping right now. I also had another one they're all 64 ounces, and then I had another metal one, which was great. One day, it just disappeared. Seriously. I don't know where it went. So I have this one now, and this one's good.
1440p display.
Nvidia gave Vex the virus of silence. Bro, they're trying to stop me. They're trying to hold us down.
Somebody went down and bought that, and for your first GPU, you decided to buy a 4060 Ti.
Jug thief.
Oh god, you're getting
Dude, Dad
fucked
stole
over. Like, that's the reality. $400 should be a 1440p display graphics card, entry level 4K. That's where it should be. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but does anybody remember the time when the 290 came out and then AMD was talking about it? 290 was like a 4K graphics card. Do you remember they were doing that? Like, that was a $400 graphics card, boys. Like, I mean,
$400 for 4K. Wow, that's crazy. Wait, I want to check this out though. There was a card that somebody mentioned. Was it the 390? Where? Something had a 512-bit bus. Was that HBM memory? No, there's no way that was. There's something that had a huge bus, dude. Dude, it was bussin'. Where's the 390? Didn't the 390 exist? Oh my god. Bro, I'm a schizo. It's in here somewhere, right, guys? There it is. Something. 390... Yeah, look at that, man. Whoa. Oh my god. Oh my god. Granada. Ooh, fancy name. It can't even hold up a 1080p nowadays. Oh, that's so sad. So sad. It's end of life. When did this come out? This is before my time. This is 2015. I got into PC game in 2016. Dude, this had faster memory than a lot of the cards coming out right now in 2015. I know this was kind of, peak. Wait, no, this wasn't peak. This is only $330. Like, I know back then money was worth more, but like, what, that probably would be like $550 now, maybe, with inflation. Ooh.
I'm sorry, AMD and Nvidia, we don't get to change the...
I guess VRAM, it's just too expensive nowadays, guys.
You say that $400 is a 1440p card? Well, then it has to... Do anybody remember when the 5700 XT came out and AMD was like, 5700 XT, best 1440p experience you can have? Right, do you remember when they did it?
Dude, I'm thinking about getting a 5700 XT. I want to test that, bro, because that's like the best deal in the used market right now, like price to performance wise. Oh. That sounds exciting. That sounds cool, bro.
Doing that, do you remember that? And Nvidia were saying the same thing about the 2060 Super, which was slightly slower.
Yeah, it cost $30 for 8 gigabytes, and that's GDDR6. Like, that was GDDR5 back then. Like, now it's only $30 for 8 gigabytes of faster memory.
and the 5700 XT, right? Like, that's the reality of what they said. That's the reality of what they promised. And now $400 is a 1080p entry level card. Like, I mean, come on, boys.
Dude, tell me why HBM memory failed. Is it because people didn't want to optimize for it? Like, because now we're realizing nowadays that memory speed matters so much. You can get a lot more performance, especially at higher resolutions with some high bandwidth memory. Who told people that we don't want high bandwidth memory? Who said that, bro? Like, who are you? And get off of Earth, bro. Vegas 64. Oh my god. 2048 bus width. Oh my god. That's how expensive that's a problem. I could see it being too expensive because remember when the Vega cards came out, they just costed too much. That's all it was. They actually performed pretty well. It's just, you know, they're just too expensive. But do you have to even optimize for it, or is it just like, oh, it's fast, and you know, fasting is fast. You don't have to change anything about the architecture or anything.
The reason why this has happened is because they're selling you less chocolate, right? That's what's happened. If anybody knows how they do it with chocolate bars, they don't want to keep the price cheaper. They don't want to. They don't want to give you
facts, right?
They want to give you the same. They don't want to raise prices. But what they do is they make their bar smaller, and everyone buys the same bar, and they think, oh, I'm not getting ripped off here. I'm buying the same bar.
It's getting less and less over time.
Chocolate. And that's the whole idea here, right?
I think. See, like, I think Brian gets too complicated nowadays. Techia City. He called this shrinkflation. I'm like, bro, just like say what it is. You just get less for your money now because they're trying to save money.
And this is where me and Brian differ. Me and my good friend Brian from Techia City, who I never want to row with. And if Brian says I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, because I never want to row Brian. I love Brian. Brian's amazing. But I just want to say that
Brian does work for the used graphics card community.
Brian is saying is like, this
my man goes hard.
Is a decent, good card because, you know, inflation and all that kind of crack. And okay, but the reality is that this card is the replacement for like a 3050.
I mean, that is what shrinkflation is. It's just like, why do you have to use it? Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I think that's why I think Brian should stray away from talking like that. Is like, it just alienates people. Just like everyone's gonna understand you get less for your money on the consumer's perspective. But if you say shrinkflation, it's like, bro, like, I'm just like
and Nvidia selling it to you for 3060 Ti money. And that's where I lose the plot, because, you know, the reality is if we go onto the Tech Power Up website, right?
I already watched this video. It takes him a while to get this website. He's checking himself for something, I'm pretty sure.
We go Tech. Well, I don't need to go Tech Power. I'll just tell you, right? A 3050 was a...
Oh, yeah, I just saw a comment from Rex. 4070 is showing to be the perfect thing. From Nvidia, probably. Because that's the best deal they've actually made. The 4070. And that thing rotted on shelves.
106 die. Did you know that? Unfortunately,
only two 4070s. How, bro?
106 die. It's a cut down 106 die. And the 3060 Ti.
I'm gonna skip a little ahead because he's talking about this.
For 60 class cards, that's never happened in the history of GPUs. We've never gotten a 60 class card on a 107 die. It's never happened. If you don't know how that works, is in.
My only thing with this too is it's the same thing with naming. Like, yeah, we don't get a 3060 60 class card on a 8107 die. The only problem is, like, they can call the dies whatever they want. I agree though. This, like, the performance shows and the specs show that this should have been a lower end card. But yeah. Yeah, I like Brian too, but he's a little bit too biased towards the techonomics. At the end of the day, Nvidia, now a trillionaire company. Wow, do they hit $1 trillion? Are they worth $1 trillion now? They can afford to make a massive haircut to cut gamers a break. I mean, you're talking about, like, bro, like, actually, I mean, that's facts. They can cut their margins a little bit. They just don't want to, I just don't think they want to focus on the market, like, at all. So they're just going to make cards with higher margins, and then people will buy them. They don't have to spend as much time or money on them. And then they just, you know, as people buy them eventually, they make money.
Nvidia classes their dies, the higher number means the smaller dies. So
They're a very
smaller
valuable
graphics
company,
card.
and
the
right
less
now most of their
performance
focus is
graphics card
definitely on
for a bigger
AI.
number, so it's 107.
Like gaming is like a smaller percentage of their revenue now.
The 60 class, we've always seen it, we've always known about it. The 1060 was a 106, the 960 was
Legendary
a 106.
cards. Hey, did you guys know that this 4060 Ti might be the next GTX 1060? Everyone's gonna hold on to this card. I'm trashing Paul, sorry. Wait. Oh, there's so many names. Wait, his name's Paul, right? Phil, I'm trashing Phil, sorry.
The 2060 was a 106. Like, in fact, the 2070 was a 106 when they got greedy, right? But you know what I mean? Like, 106 has always been kind of the mid-range card, the $200, $300 card. Like, that's where 106 has always been. And what I feel like Nvidia have made is this new cut-down SKU of, and that's what they're doing. They're just trying to sell you less chocolate every generation. This is not a the TI. In fact, if you want to go back historically,
see, that's exactly my fear. That is like this generation is gonna be particularly bad, and then next generation, it's gonna be like, oh my god, this is so amazing compared to what we got. And by that time, it's been 2 years, or basically 4 years since we've got good cards since the 3000 series, and 3000 series was during crypto, so like kind of write that one off, anyways. But it's been like 4 years since we got good cards. People don't even remember like good cards. People are gonna be like, this is great. They don't even remember the generation before. They don't even remember how bad the 4000 series was. It's gonna happen. I can already see it happening.
A 60 Ti was always a cut down 104.
People get into this stuff. The people are
if you want to go
cyclical.
Back historically, check my facts on this. It was always that. It was a very cut down 104 GPU with a ridiculously cut down memory bus, so it couldn't compete with the 70. So that's what the 660 Ti was.
Yeah, you guys saw the 100K PC from the Linus that he built for Carl Jacobs.
And then 2060 Super
yeah, I saw that too.
Was a 104.
It's like they had to find ways to spend more money on that.
But it was
the PC wasn't that
like
much, I don't think, actually, of the budget. I think it was like,
that generation was a weird generation.
It had to have been less than 10% of the budget.
60 Ti.
It was all the rest of the stuff.
Am I right? Like, I just want to check this. Am I right?
He fact checks himself here.
I'm gonna go over here. Oh dear, how's the Techonomics podcast?
Guys, check out the Techonomics podcast.
Like I want you to subscribe to Tech.
What's funny is Brian, Techia said he's so much more into Techonomics than Paul is, but Paul has a podcast named Techonomics.
Techonomics podcast where myself and Chris go live in American land compared to Irish time. It's 9 p.m. Irish time. So here's the 3060 Ti. We'll go down and we'll see. It is in fact, I think it's a 160. We got a 4060 on a 106 die. So they're selling us less chocolate. They're selling us a cut down card. Realistically, I wouldn't say it's probably. I'd say this card is supposed to be the replacement for the 60 class card. And if you look at the general performance of this card, if you compared it to a 60 class card,
so he is kind of giving it a little bit of slack. He's saying that this should have been bro, the joke. I know you guys want to steal my joke. Well, now you distracted me. God damn it. What was I gonna say? Bro, I was gonna say something. Oh, he kind of giving it a little bit of slack. He's saying that this is kind of like more of a 4060 instead of a Ti. I could maybe see that. Maybe. I want it to be like a 4050 Ti, and then it would have been possible to see the price around 300, 250. So I think this is enough. I think for the 4060 Ti, I don't even think we need to see benchmarks. We all know how this thing performs. We know it's barely faster than the 3060 Ti. One of the most embarrassing cards that has ever launched. Like, Nvidia genuinely just made one of the worst graphics card launches ever in the history of ever. Like a mainstream card that people actually would want to get. They completely fumbled it. Maybe they could release 7600 XT with 12 gigabytes. So I saw I want to talk about the 7600. So some people have gone, I think, too easy on the 7600. It's not bad. It's not as bad as we've seen. But if you take what cards are going for right now, so we know that the 7600 has launched for $269. Nice, obviously. Let's see if it's on here now. Oh, it is. Cool. It's on here. So this launched for $269. Nice, nice, nice. And then it's obvious that things like this are going for, well, we can check it here. There's cards out there like the 6650 XT that are going for $240, brand new right now. That are just as fast. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna start a little bit, guys. I'm gonna start a little bit of drama here. Check this out really quick.
Why?
So, I know that there's going to be a lot of people that talk about Nvidia fanboys, right? But don't forget that there's AMD fanboys. And I actually like Ancient Gameplays. I think he makes good content. But I think he's looking past why the 7600 is not exciting. Drama, huge drama, guys. So, he said, I didn't put this in my video because I just didn't think it fit. I was going to talk about it, but then I didn't. So I said, he said, let's be pure about this. The 6600 versus the 7600. The 6600 launched at $330 versus $270 MSRP versus last gen. So it's a decrease in MSRP. But already we're looking at this. Like, it doesn't matter what the MSRP was. This 6600, you have to look when it launched. Because you have to know the scenario. Like, MSRP is like kind of like a thing that's locked in history. That's the thing that I don't think you can ever really change your MSRP. So it's kind of like it reflects the economic conditions of the world and whatever they're doing. This is when AMD, let me rephrase that. This is when Nvidia and AMD were scalping people for graphics cards. And AMD just did it to a lesser degree because they wouldn't buy, but people aren't going to buy AMD cards for the price of Nvidia cards. That's just how it is. They're just seen as a not as good brand. So $330, they were scalping people at this point in time. So this 6600 launched and it was overpriced. This is October 2021. Okay. 7600, it can act 7600 can actually launch at $270 realistically. So MSRPs you can't compare. And then the 6600, what he didn't mention in his post is that this goes for, oh my god, dude, there's a 6600 that's going for $180 right now. That is if you're talking about 1080p performance, that is actually the best card on the market, right? That is the best deal that we've actually ever had in PC gaming history. Right there. $180 brand new. Better deals on the used market, but we're not talking about the used market. So, like, I just see people. This is why, like, yeah, the 7600 isn't as bad as the 4060 Ti. But what kind of pricing? Yeah, it's faster than the 6600, but it costs more. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. You're paying more for, you get, the price performance is like the same. It actually might be worse. I think it is worse for a new generation card. And you want to see a new generation card get better. That's the whole point of a generation. We want better value. We want more people to be able to get into PC gaming, have more of an enjoyable experience. And then this just doesn't do that, especially when you can get a 6650 XT that is the same performance for less. So basically you're just paying the 6650 XT price, so like what, $250, and then you're paying an extra, what, $30 to get AV1 encoding. That's literally it. Slightly faster ray tracing performance, but at this performance tier, nobody's using ray tracing. Like, come on, guys. Like, maybe at 1080p with upscaling. It doesn't matter though. And then I don't know what this is. I don't know what he's talking about there. AI acceleration. It gets some AI acceleration that we can't use yet. So you're buying on a promise that AMD is going to act on that, which we don't know yet. Better ray tracing performance. Who cares at this tier? Hardware AV1 encoding. Who cares? Okay, the whole 7600 is just a whole bag of who cares. This nobody cares about this. I'm being serious. And then on top of that is 8 gigabytes of VRAM. Now, if they did this whole card but gave it 10 gigabytes of VRAM, yeah. And that doesn't even mention that you can get it, like, to show you then. Guys, I can show you this. Doesn't even mention that this card exists. Okay? 6700. Same price. And Daniel Owen actually did a video on this, which I really appreciate, because this is the actual price competitor to this card. It's $280. It's the same price. Dude, wait, the Sapphire Pulse one's gone. This is the problem, is this card is actually the same price as the new 7600. It's a little bit... Take that. Take the bomb. No, guys, I'm gonna die. That's the problem, is this card was limited run. And there wasn't that many models of it. So even though this is the price competitor, nobody's going to be able to buy it. There is only 2 models available, and that's why I got the Sapphire Pulse one. The bomb's on the screen. You guys are going to explode. Bro, you guys are going to explode through the stream. It's that strong. But yeah, it looks like this XFX one is the only one available left. But what people aren't even mentioning is this card is actually a better deal than it was, but I don't think you can get it anymore. You used to be able to get a game with it, but this one's more expensive. You used to be able to get a model on Newegg that it wasn't even a limited time deal. It's sold out now. It was $280 and you got Last of Us, a $60 game for free. So it was actually cheaper, like relatively speaking, than the 7600. And it has 10 gigabytes of VRAM, and it's a little faster. Why would you buy the 7600? And if AMD is going to be sitting there at their shareholders meeting, because the second quarter earnings calls are going to come in, they're going to be reporting to their stockholders, and they're going to be like, hey, we launched this card, and literally nobody is buying it. All this card did was make our last generation look even better. And I kind of think that's what the goal of this card was. But what's problem is this makes a continuous cycle with AMD where they keep launching their cards in a bad state, and then nobody wants to buy it later on, because this first impression that it's like a meh value, who cares about it, is going to stick with it. It's the same thing that happened with the 6600, the 6600 XT. People still feel that way, because if you go on YouTube and you look up like LTT, like one of the biggest reviews on it, and you look at, I put on 3 T's or something. Bro, if you look at this and you say 6600 XT, which performs like a 7600, how much for 1080p gaming? Because this card was launched in the mining phase. The controversial opinion. Like, nobody wants this stuff. I did see your comment, Alice. Thank you for the kind words from France. You have a big old hug from US. From the US, the only country on Earth apparently. Vex, based on what you've seen so far from Nvidia and AMD, do you think the next generation of GPUs will just be the same outcome as this generation? I don't think so. I think they're going to use this generation to make the next generation look better. Because I think that there's actually going to be a larger performance increase next generation, because we're moving down the process node. I think we're going to 3 nanometer instead of 5. I'm not getting doxxed, bro. So, bro, now I got, bro, y'all are distracting. You know that? Screw you guys. I can't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, and next generation is most likely going to have GDDR7 memory. There's been some leaks. I don't know where they are, but there's been some leaks that has actually happened. So, knock on wood, that's going to be a huge improvement. We've seen with memory speeds. But what's funny though is GDDR7 is going to come out. It's going to be a lot faster than GDDR6. And then Nvidia is just going to be like, we can give them a 64-bit bus now. Yeah, it's going to be like that. I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it's going to go. So 3 nanometer GDDR7. I think there will be a bigger performance increase next generation. But this generation is setting up the pricing structure and the comparisons for the next generation. They're on a TikTok thing. You guys remember Intel? Guys, Intel with their CPUs until AMD actually made Ryzen. And that looks good. But, it'd be like that. AMD will finally step up. Dude, that's hard cope. We're coping so hard. Yeah, but I see people trying to defend this card. This card is so boring. It's a nothing burger. I don't know how else to say it. I don't care about it. So, yeah. Dying. 1 second. Because, like, the reviewers got it right. Like, gamers? Oh, you did do it. Like,
the 76.
Steve got it right. I forget where it is exactly. I think it was early on.
That's why they're responding this way. But you don't get the benefit as a consumer unless you wait and see how it unfolds. And 1 month is not too long here, especially when GPUs aren't selling anyway. It's not like the old days where if you didn't buy it day one, you were screwed. But our problem with all of this is if...
So I see that. So Seller Door AU just said this. Ponder this. The RX 6000 series is going to be stopping production, which I think it already is stopping production. And supply will not exist. See the 6700 starting to sell out. The 6950 XT starting to sell out. And then they won't exist in a year or so. But this card in the future 7600 XT will be available and cheaper. The problem is with that. Yes, it will probably happen. They will probably drop the price of their new gen cards once, like this old stock sells out. The bombs sell out because that's how it is. But they still launched a card. The MSRP is high. And if you look at, I'm not gonna lie, you look at somebody like Ancient Gameplays, he's still referencing MSRP. People still talk about MSRP, and people still talk about those initial reviews that the pricing was boring, and it takes an entire other marketing campaign, basically a relaunch of the card, to show it at a different price. And now you're stuck holding the bag. They have a good card eventually that is actually dropping in price once their old gen sells out. This new gen is making the old gen look better. Then they'll maybe eventually drop the price. But they already messed up. AMD did their classic strategy of launching it wrong. And they're going to keep doing this. They keep doing it over and over again. Guys, they mess this up every single generation. Maybe since not every single generator. Since 6000 series. So I guess in the past 2. It's like, come on, guys. Use your brain a little bit. Use your brain. It matters how you display your product. And this is really important. But that makes me think that, like, they just don't care about the gaming market. They don't care about dedicated GPUs. Like, why do they care about it? They have consoles. They have they have old gen keeping them afloat right now. AMD does have some protection for several reasons, which will take a long time to explain in this context, but it would seem at least an okay-ish card. Well, it's kind of like right now how everybody's noticing that 6000 series is a really good deal, but you know how long it's taken people to notice that? Damn near a year. Like, oh, this is actually good value. The prices have dropped to where they should have been, and they're actually compelling products. But it took a long time to readjust people's opinions, and now they're seen as good deals. But they could have been seen as a good deal from the start. And that is AMD fumbling the bag, like a classic AMD move. I just sneezed, bless you. Yeah, Hub mentioned how they dropped the price of the 7600 again after bad reviewer feedback prior to launch. So eventually the 7600 was okay. Yeah, I think they wanted to still charge a $300 for it. I think they really wanted to show that the old gen was a good deal and that there isn't good value in the new gen, so the old gen will sell out. And then they can drop the price. But then they're stuck in the same situation as last gen. They're making the same mistakes again. Yeah, but this is just like the thing, like where does he say it? Steve, where do you say this, bro? I need clips. He talks about it. It's like it was AMD's game to fail, and they failed it. It's gonna be yeah, this all makes Intel look like they're the only good guy. I think AMD will release 70 Ti. Waste of sand. Yeah, I saw that.
RTX 4060 with a close.
You think they'll release a 70 Ti? I don't know, honestly. I think all of the other stuff needs to sell out before they can start making that pricing tier again. Genuinely.
Date than expected, but also a lower price. This quote, we reduce 100 and just wait. That's how this is. You wait.
I know a clip I'm looking for, but I can't find it.
Suddenly loses confidence, like if AMD cameras don't drivers that were months old.
And just like respect the dedication that Steve has, or the whole team, the whole Gamers Nexus team. They're in Taiwan right now. They're at. Did Computex start? It's on the 28th, right? No, they're doing something. They just like out there. That's the real money for GPUs is in the commercial products, like much like CPUs. It is why we often get meh every other generation. Probably, yeah. I think AMD. I don't know what Nvidia's doing their tech for, but I think AMD is mainly making all of their graphics tech and stuff like that for their consoles. And then this is kind of like the dedicated GPU market for PCs is kind of like what their fullest fruition is. This is what they're capable of doing, and they allow us to buy it because why not? They're working on it anyways. It doesn't take that much more investment to package it up as a product from Radeon. So yeah, Nvidia stock is up. It's really because gaming isn't a hard part of, it's not a big part of their market. Like seriously, it's AI right now. It's AI. They're going hard in AI. They don't even like, it doesn't matter about us.
The driver still had bugs. There was a press driver. That's the one we used, by the way. That's the proper driver. The whole thing's a mess, but we're gonna get into the review. This was dropped in after the fact. We'll talk about that in a second. Fantex with the without hours to an industry-wide event, Computex. AMD sent out the price change notifications. It's while we were flying out to Taiwan, which is where we are right now for a show where most of the press will be. This is a very hastily made change, and the change was made about 1 day before the launch. So that means, at least for our team, we literally just got off of when we can socket this into the review and have it.
We know that they're dedicated and that they're working hard. Respect.
It still makes sense. And with a new G70,
I just want to see the thing. He brought up like a little clip and is like everybody that was in the comments or is like AMD is like about to mess this up. AMD. This is AMD's game to lose right now. Waste of sand.
Yeah,
okay. I don't know. There's somebody in the comments, bro. It's so funny. But yeah, it's like AMD is going to manage to mess this up. It almost makes you think that they're just working directly with Nvidia. It's like, oh, we need to keep these prices like this. Let's say Jim Cramer said Nvidia is a good buy, so Nvidia like yep. Don't listen to economic advice. I'm not gonna lie. Because they easily pump the stocks. It's like if you're in Congress, guys. Like, come on, insider trading. We know this. But yeah, the 7600. The 7600 is not as bad as the 4060 Ti. It's not an insult to a graphics card generation, but the 7600 is in its own right bad. It is a bad GPU. Like, it doesn't show good value right now. It could easily show good value into the future, but what's up? I don't have any bun. But it might be in the future. It might be a good deal eventually once all the stock sells out. I think that's part of the idea, like why you should work your product stack from the top down, like sell your higher end cards and work down the stack instead of launching your low end cards, because you're launching budget tier cards for people. Then it's not going to be budget. It's not going to be good. Straight up. Hope the 7700 is good. I hope so too, dude. It's badly priced. May not be a bad GPU. What does suck though is that like it doesn't even have better power efficiency, because like RDNA 3 isn't that good. Like gen on gen, it's not that much of an improvement compared to RDNA 2. It's not. So night homie, night major. Any free game? Yeah, we should check that. Only free games that we're looking at. We're only getting Genshin Impact, right, guys? Yeah, we're getting Genshin Impact. Cyberpunk is on sale. I was thinking about getting Cyberpunk just for freaking benchmarking, dude. But then I'm like, I'm not gonna play it. Like, so. Yeah, where's our free game? Where is it? Guys, where is the free game? They're trying to hide it from us. Wait, where is it? Sales and special free games. Where is it? I don't think we want that. It's Fallout New Vegas Ultimate. Yeah, Overdrive does look really good. Yeah, I do want to get these Spider-Man games eventually. I already have it on. Oh, Spider-Verse is in Fortnite. Oh, I meant to check that out. Did they bring webs back? Oh, that's pretty nice though. No, I just wouldn't play it. It's not my type of game. Hi Vex, hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well too, dude. I just don't think I'd play it. I don't even know where their free game is. Like, I'm not sure. Like, oh, here it is. Wait, it's right here. I don't think I have New Vegas on PC. I have it on Xbox 360, boys. Okay. So I wanted to talk. I want to talk about a few things as well. Oh, that didn't leak anything, right? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything on this, right? Just gonna put that up there. Hey, there's my credit card information, guys. Okay, bye-bye. Okay. Wanted to talk about a few things as well. So yeah, these cards are god awful. This generation, in my personal opinion, shouldn't even exist. Like, straight up. So, some things have been going on. Oh, dude, I'm gonna put a PC in Xbox 360. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. So there is quite a lot going on the back end of this YouTube channel right now. Okay, I have to be upfront, honest. It's kind of stressful. So basically I'm getting to a size and I put a business email in my channel, and now I'm getting contacts quite a bit. So if you guys noticed in the last video, and I talked about this on a past stream, I actually had a sponsor. So I had a sponsor in the last stream. Let me bring this up really quick. I wanted to know your guys' thoughts. So basically, AMD, there I am. That's my voice. By the way, I like this joke at the beginning of this video, NordVPN. I like the joke at this beginning of this video, but I don't think I delivered it quite right. Like, Radeon seems to be the equivalent of a dude who never uses his turn signal, constantly gets into car crashes, and then sits there and goes like, why does my car look like this? Like, man, they just keep making the same mistakes over and over again. And that is always pricing. So that's the intro, but yeah, so I have a sponsor segment. It's from your all favorite Windows CD keys, or yeah, those sponsors. So the deal's already gone through and everything. So I just want to know your guys' thoughts on these websites. And do you like this style of ad? Obviously, you can always, like, don't tell the sponsors, but you can always skip through them on the videos. It's not that big of a deal. This guy couldn't be me. But you're like, Vex, how do I fix this when big corpo Microsoft is asking $200 to farm your data? Today's sponsor, SCD Key, you can get Windows 10 edition and upgrade it for free to Windows 11. So I did actually ask them directly. I did my checks and balances, guys. I asked them directly so I can at least hold them accountable. And thanks for the congrats. They could be a little shady. That's why I was a little iffy about it. Nobody commented about it. First time I've ever had a sponsor video. None of these comments, dude. Ain't nobody talked about the sponsorship. So I was like, okay, maybe everybody skips and doesn't care. I have no clue what happens, but they can be a little shady, but I did ask them directly, like what I do say it in the sponsor segment, like I asked them, I can at least hold them accountable. They told me that their keys are all ethically sourced. They're all from OEMs. So like the companies that buy extra keys, they get those keys for a discount, and then they sell them to you. And they did give me a key to test, and I did input it in the video in the sponsor segment, and it went through. So it was fine. So they work, but in my, like, as things get better, I'd like to have more trustworthy sponsors. I hopefully you guys can agree with that. Obviously I get paid for doing this, and all the money that I do from sponsors is basically just going back into the channel. So this funds content. So I'm gonna get more fun content, like you know, things like this. Wait, oh, that's not my channel. Things like this video with the 6700. I mean, I had to buy that graphics cards, and just, you can, like, we're gonna be able to get things like that. It's a technological leap. You missed a lot, actually. If you'd want to go back and watch the stream, it was very entertaining so far. I'm not gonna lie. This week has been hilarious with GPU launches. So basically, I I can fund content like this. Like, I needed to be able to buy a card like this. I bought a bomb, apparently. So, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I bought the 6700, not 7600. I could try to resell things. I'd like to keep it for testing. But so I'm at the beginning here, I'm just gonna let you know, like, sponsors might not be the best, or the most straightforward, the most yeah, the bomb's on my desk right now. But I am going to I'll get to that in a second. But I'm hoping to get, like, once I get this and people see that I can do good sponsor segments, that I can get better sponsors, more trustworthy ones that hopefully you guys will also like. I don't think people hate the Windows key ones. It seems like most people say that they're okay and they're decently ethical, but they're not the best sponsor. We all know that. So I'd like to get more trustworthy ones for you guys, and it's just going to go back and like they're fine. I just want ones that are, you know, better. So we'll be able to do more content like this, but I'm gonna try to keep sponsors down. I don't like it flooding the channel either. I think it can get a little in your face all the time. That kind of crap. I think it takes away from the content. So yeah. I forgot I don't have my music on. So just like keep your eye out for sponsors now. I have a pretty cool one possibly lined up. I don't want to speak too much on it, but I might be getting a product sent, but I'm going to refuse payment so it doesn't get like, what would you call it? You wouldn't get it. What was I thinking? Like, I wouldn't be biased because I got sent money along with it. What do you think of this bundle? What do you think of what bundle? Have you seen Moore's Law is Dead latest video? Do you guys want to check that out? I've never used a VPN. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to get extorted. So I said, if you guys send me a product, I will feature it in a video. And I'm going to talk about it. You know what I mean? Give my personal thoughts and do whatever content I want with it. And, you know, if you like it, then you can sponsor me again. But you're taking a risk. I mean, that's literally it. You gotta rely on the quality of your product and the value that it offers. I want to check out this, actually. Moore's Law is Dead. You guys may have seen other people get sponsored by the company that I'm talking about. It'll be obvious when it comes up. They are trustworthy. It's a real company. Real good. Makes real products. And from what I've seen, it's seriously good. I'm dead serious. I'll launch a water jug brand. I'll be the first customer. Bro, this... Let me just say this. So, like, I know everybody in chat is also a Yeston enjoyer. But you're also a Giga Chat if you use a jug. Okay? Let's just keep it a $1.50. All right. I don't think I'm gonna do mobile game ads though. I want to see that review too. I'm thinking about making a second channel where it's less tech focused, but it's a lot to manage, right? This channel is already a lot, so yeah, I would like to do something that's a little less. I would say a little less techy, more personal, more inconsistent with the type of content and stuff like that. Can we see it? Yeah, you can see the jug. I'm thinking about doing another channel though. There you go. There, it's got a little. I can't really see my camera while I'm doing this. You know, the lid screws on there like that. You know, it's big enough to be a weapon. You know, if it comes down to that. You know, if somebody wants to take your jug, you hit them with it. It's based AF. So, Yeston water jugs. That's what we're gonna do. So we're all Yeston enjoyers, and we're also Giga Chad jug drinkers. All right. Yeah. I kind of want to check out this really quick. Like, we're kind of chilling out. Guys. Make a crypto. Yeah, I'm gonna start up a Zoocoin, crypto Zoocoin. Yep. So launch analysis. Ooh, wait, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, this is pretty cool. So we can see how stock is going. Yeah. Yeah, some would say that you're not a Giga Chad if you use a jug as a weapon, because you shouldn't need a weapon, right? Because, you know, you're Giga Chad, you can just use your fists. But little do they know that jug is just an extension of your own body, and it is your weapon. I'm gonna preface this by saying I don't always trust Moore's Law is Dead. He's kind of biased. Like, it's in his name. It's kind of in his best interest to shit on everything that's going on. So.
Almost a decade ago, Nvidia launched the GTX 2GB to fairly mixed reviews. You see, the 960 was a 128-bit mid-range GPU that, while generally faster than its predecessor, the 760, it occasionally actually lost. And while it didn't raise pricing on its tier, this disappointing performance and tiny VRAM capacity...
The Crisis 3. Video stonk is going up. Bro is beating the suburban Chicagoland allegations after that comment. Let's go.
Made many PC gamers feel very unimpressed by Nvidia's offering. Sound familiar? That's right, the 4060 Ti that just launched reminds me of that.
So was the 960 on the same level? I wasn't really that deep into like tech at that point in time, so I didn't really know exactly.
Dunce of a card from 2015, the 960. That actually, just like the 4060 Ti, had to have double VRAM capacity models rushed out of the door 2 months after launch, but for way too much money to really justify them. Again, just like the 4060 Ti. And actually, if you want to hear something depressing, if you go back and look at
repeating
960
history
reviews, you'll notice something. So right now, the 4060 at 9, and actually much money, that actually...
You're not even wrong. No offense, but he kind of looks like a human Shrek. I'm not even gonna lie, you're not that wrong. Oh, that's great, that's great.
So right now, the 4060 Ti is being marketed as a 1080p targeted card for $400. Back in 2015, Nvidia was marketing the $330 970 as a 1440p and even debatably light 4K gaming card.
You guys remember the 970 was sick, bro. Other than that VRAM fiasco. He's gonna wear the Shrek ones.
Oh, how the times and greed have changed. Now, look, I brought up the 960 not just for funsies, but to highlight that Nvidia has tried this before, and then they were spanked. And because they were spanked by this...
I can't get it out of my head right now, right? Like, human Shrek. It's not even wrong. Not even.
Community of PC gamers. They then brought out a much more aggressively priced and impressive GTX 1060 that doubled performance over the 960.
Yeah, they
because
had
of just how
to.
bad the 960 sold relative to previous generations. Nvidia knew they had to make up.
I literally just said something so similar to this. So they had to. They launched the 4060 Ti. It's garbage value. They launched the 960. It was garbage value. The next generation, they make something that is significantly better, and it makes the new product look even better.
For it. And to be fair, right now, most reviewers are spanking Nvidia because the 4060 Ti basically does nothing to improve pricing or performance at its given tier, and because it's now 2023, not 2020, when 8GB Ampere cards came out, those 8GB buffers are a bigger issue, and not just...
I still hate this though. Like they made 8GB Ampere cards, right? 3070, 3070 Ti, 3060 Ti, 3060 Ti to a lesser extent, but still a problem. They made those cards. They knew that it was a fast generation. They're like, hey, but it's going to be obsolete in a few years. So you're going to have to upgrade it anyways, you goofy goober.
Just an issue in 1440p. I really recommend you check out the hardware unboxed review of the 4060 Ti to see how, even in 1080p, not just in the recent
showed this
games,
demonstration
but
so well.
sometimes in games from years ago like Halo Infinite, there are textures being actively compressed in front of your eyes, giving you not a mid-range, but a low-end gaming experience. But I have to say this. It's good that reviewers are pointing things like this out, but it can't just be reviewers. We PC gamers really do need to teach Nvidia a lesson here. You know,
I'm assuming he's going to get into this, right? I'm wondering how these are selling.
The 4070 Ti, the 4080, and the 4070 didn't sell as well as Nvidia wanted. I don't think it's enough. When you look at the 4060 Ti, this is like the worst launch of Lovelace yet, and it needs to have the worst sales in the Lovelace series so that Nvidia finally gets it through their head that it doesn't even matter if they control most of the market. If they don't improve performance at a given tier in a new generation, we just are not going to buy it, and they need to get their...
He's not wrong. Bro, every time he speaks, he's just Shrek. He's just Shrek, bro. He should be green. Well, what's going on though is like, all right, I gotta rewatch it. No, I'm just, you guys are,
that it doesn't even matter if they control most of the market. If they don't improve,
it doesn't matter if they control most of the market. I completely agree with that. Eventually, people are just gonna be like, oh, I don't need to upgrade. You gave us DLSS, you gave us FSR. We don't even need to upgrade. Okay, we can just do a little resolution scaling. We can just drop settings a little bit in games and, you know, stick with our GPUs. And you guys are sitting holding the bag. Seriously. Because even though Nvidia is on top, they're releasing bad products. AMD isn't really releasing that many better products. Just right now, their price is competitive on last gen. But once last gen is gone, you know.
Performance at a given tier in a new generation, we just are not going to
Problem
buy
is,
it.
people are like,
they need to get their act
driver
together.
bad,
you know what?
bungo bungo.
Honestly, I think that's going to happen. When I reached out to a lot of my contacts at retailers and distributors, from what they are seeing in pre-launch data, it is insane. I want to put some quotes on screen here. So I have one major US retailer contact that told me that while they will have a decent supply of 4060 Ti's for launch, they have no plan to resupply them. And
that's a big deal. Not going to resupply their cards. They're not even thinking that people are going to keep buying them.
On average, the pricing across about a dozen SKUs they will have on launch day is coming to around $440. So that's, you know, averaging the number they have of a given SKU amongst all the SKUs and pricing. The average price of a 4060 Ti seems to be $440, with 30 to 50% of the stock being at MSRP, but maybe over half of it.
Dude, that is disgusting. They're saying that there's a ton of cards that are hilariously overpriced. That makes sense. Like, until they launch the 16 gigabyte one, they're gonna price cards all the way to that $600 4070. They're gonna do it.
Being above MSRP, and yeah, this person thinks it's absolutely hilarious that Nvidia is trying to get away with this. It seems like AIBs are kind of
y'all need to get your minds off that, bro.
Above 3060 Ti pricing for the 4060 Ti, but you know, this person doesn't think it's going to happen. And when I talk to people at other retailers like Micro Center here with source number 2, they don't think this thing's going to sell almost at all. You see, Micro Center at the corporate level puts out feelers across their locations. Apparently, to check if there are a notable amount of customers inquiring about when a given product will be available. And so far, there has been zero interest reported across basically all Micro Center locations. Like, no customers coming in the door and saying, hey, when will you have the 4060 Ti available? No one's asking for it. And because of this, Micro Center isn't even going to open early for the 4060 Ti launch. Man. And some locations are ordering only like a handful of cards to stock with no plans to resupply because they just...
This doesn't surprise me though. The only problem is like, these might be some of the worst things that he's seen, Moore's Law is Dead has seen, or it might be anecdotally, there are people that are negatively involved in this, but I would tend to, you know, you just have to kind of have to trust it. That he's telling the truth and that these are decent enough.
Do not think this thing will sell. They're not going to open.
I wanted to read the one thing.
A lot of them, and that is unprecedented for a 60 Ti.
Oh, watch! I've been saying this for a month now. That all signs what Jensen is going to do is leave the gamers market and just go all AI. The only problem is like the gaming market is still really big. Imagine just giving up on all PC gamers. There's a lot of PC gamers out there.
Usually, this is a high volume seller that retailers are clamoring to get as much supply of as they can. Not the case here. In fact, when I look at launch volume for the 4060 Ti with one of my best sources, which I won't say more than that, I am told that the 4060 Ti will have similar volume at launch compared to the 4080, which a lot of people don't know this, wasn't a lot, as I reported in previous videos. But, you know, the 4080 didn't have a lot of supply, and yet it was easily available everywhere because no one wanted it. People think this will be even
4080
less
rotted on
wanted,
shelves.
and so it's going to be very easy to get a hold of. And in fact, one distributor contact in the European Union told me that right now, the warehouses they ship from, you know, to various retailers, almost no one is requesting this card. So it doesn't really matter.
This stuff doesn't surprise me. Okay. Anecdotal evidence. It doesn't surprise me that this is happening. Ooh. When I skip to this part where he's talking about the 7600 analysis, that looks like a sponsor segment. Yeah.
I have consistently stated that
Check out this.
$269.
That doesn't
is
surprise me.
the
Like, we know this
bottom
card is
AMD
it's bad value.
considering
People
for
don't care about
the
it.
RX 7600 when it comes to pricing for the 8GB model. And yeah, today I can confirm that indeed $269 is the MSRP of the 7600. Furthermore,
Wait, is this before it launched? Wait, what? What is he talking about? So he's just late? He just posted this video late.
this is right here what the reference cooler looks like, and it will
Bro is late.
be out there to anchor pricing long term, like a lot of other AMD launches. And this isn't
Yeah, this isn't that crazy. What does this all say then? A month ago we saw this. Bro, this was gonna be $329. That is ridiculous. If that's true. Well, it turns out I was right to be suspicious. This week got changed to $299, and then it got changed again. It's $269 actually. I changed the day before all this. He probably did this video like way before all that. He both cut down short videos from his live stream. Is that what this is? This is a 1 day old. This was pre-launch. Okay, I got you. Well, this is kind of useless information now, though. I want to see sales volume. I didn't know he streamed. Yeah, pretty interesting stuff. Okay. It doesn't surprise me. These cards aren't selling. Those 4070 didn't sell. Why the heck would this one sell? Like, let's put it blunt. It's gonna rot on shelves. Ready to see $100 Steam gift cards in a month? If you buy this card. So, I did this for the meme, right, guys? I did it for the meme. So, guys, what if I made a video that said I got a 460 Ti because I hate myself? Yeah, that's pretty, it's been pretty funny. So I've had some pretty good comments on here. No, just no. If you really hate yourself, you should get a 7600. Tell more. Interesting title. Don't do it. You've got 10k subs, you need to do it. Great. The flex. Yeah, so I don't think I'm gonna do it. It's hard, dude. I bought a 6700 and I was hesitant to spend money like that for the channel, and I would love to, but I just got $400. These cards are expensive. Unless I could somehow sell it, or which maybe I could. Oh no, that's got my mind turning. I might be able to sell the thing. Think about that. My answer to your title question. What was that? What was the... Wait, did you comment? No, you didn't. Liar. Label the bomb. Bomb. It's a bomb. I'm gonna keep the 6700. I love to have an AMD card on hand all the time. I think I saw something I wanted to read. Please do. What do you think of the value of the 7900 XT used? I don't even know what it goes for. Let's check it out. This card isn't old enough to really have good use prices. It's like the same as it new, dude. Don't even get it. Don't even get it. No, it's not worth it. 800 maybe, but that's about it. I'd say 460 Ti is worse. Yep. So yeah, I did that little post. I thought that was kind of funny. I could get it, but you know what's gonna be worse value is actually the 16 gigabyte card. Dude, flip it for a 3060 Ti. Buy the 4060 Ti and then sell it to fund a 3060 Ti. Oh, that would be incredible. That would be incredible. Actually, that sounds awesome. That'd be like a follow-up video. It's like, okay, so I funded my 4060 Ti, my 3060 Ti. I love it. It's actually incredible. Okay, but yeah, I was thinking about doing that for a video. I was also thinking about oh, I actually, so the next thing I'm working on, this was another post. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten to it yet. There's been such a busy week with graphics card launches. I haven't been able to get to this. So guys, if you look at the subs, we're at over 11K now, not 10K. Okay, so I am going to be working on this Q&A. Okay, don't think I forgot about it. I've been pumping out videos, man. It's been like crazy. I have seen the questions. I think I hearted every single question on here. I didn't answer them, I don't think. I'm trying to think. Yeah, so I will be answering as much of these as I can. And I'm gonna structure them in a way. And the funniest one is going to be how I'm gonna start the video. You should really try dipping a cookie in a mix of yogurt and hot sauce. Trust me, it's amazing. The video is starting with that. You guys are crazy. I think somebody... Dude, people do that all the time. I don't really give a fuck. Who said... Who called out acne, bro? I think somebody did. Oh, this guy? Hi, Vix. Yeah. So you guys know what these people can get? Hide user from channel. Bye. I want to buy a Yestin card too, dude, to celebrate. Oh, dudes. There's just like, they're kind of expensive. It's the only problem. So, I'd think about it though. I'd want to keep it. You know what I was actually... Nah, I'm gonna leave that as a surprise. I'm not spoiling that. But I wanted to point out, and this is one of the coolest things. Like, just so you know, I don't expect this from anybody, okay? Just to preface this. One of the coolest things, I mentioned that I wanted to try an Intel card, right? And then I got someone who actually reached out to me and said they have an extra Intel card. So guess what we're gonna try? We're gonna be working on that. We're gonna be working on that. Trust me. Yeah, a lot of people, it's funny. So like, I only started getting, so if you guys want like a brief history. Oh, wait. See, like you also get things like, wait. You get somebody that calls out your acne, and then there's also like, how are you so handsome? Boom, heart. There you go. There you go. That's what we want to see. So we want to see only compliments here, only positivity. I don't have a Twitch channel. It's a 770, 16 gigabyte. That's what it is. I'm excited. I'm super hyped. And it's a exciting opportunity. So, yeah, actually a brief history though. With acne, I only started getting acne in the past, like significantly. I didn't really have it in like high school, say. But I started getting it about a year and a half ago for some reason. I don't know, I just started getting it. So I have actually been doing face care stuff, and it's been going away. I don't know if you guys have seen the video. It's been going down quite a bit. On videos where it looks kind of bad, that means I was picking at my acne. So it's like, yeah. I was just a Fortnite streamer, obviously. I was obviously a Fortnite streamer. How many CUDA cores are in your acne? Tons, bro. It's how you get gigabrain, man. It's gigabrain. Yeah, I don't have a Twitch channel. Actually, I did have a Twitch channel, and I did try it for a little bit. You can't get started on Twitch. Yeah, I mean, I have a little bit of acne. It's not that bad. I got it in school. Like, when I had a little bit of acne in school, I'd get that. Maybe like pizza face or something. It just be like that, bro. It just people need to find something to make fun of you for, because they're like, they're either jealous or they're, I don't know, like deranged. Beats me. But yeah, I'm working on the Q&A video, and we got other stuff cooking, like sponsors cooking. We might do that kind of stuff. Acne is a sign of youth. And my mom gets acne. I downclock my acne. It's now more stable. You know, I might try that too. I might undervolt my acne. Ryzen 7 7700X with a B65 sorry, 2 GB for $450. What do you think, that bundle? That's a good bundle, isn't it? Wait. Wait, I like this song. Hey, I like some of these lo-fi songs. You guys think about lo-fi, like, what is 7700? What does a sucker go for nowadays? Show me. Why is it not showing me? There it is. Okay, so you guys couldn't even see that. $260. I said it's an okay deal. You're probably saving a little bit of money. You just listen to Stardew music. I can't blame you, bro. Stardew is bussin'. What a good game. Dude, back when I didn't have a gaming PC and I just had a laptop with integrated graphics, man, I played the shit out of Stardew Valley. Yeah. But yeah, yeah, got good stuff coming on the channel. Working on the Q&A. It's gonna be funny. I'm gonna try to keep it like that. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah, it was made by one person too. I love that. You guys play, if you guys haven't played Stardew Valley in the chat and you want like a relaxing experience, it's similar to Animal Crossing, but not exactly. I'd say in ways it's better than Animal Crossing. In ways it's, I don't really watch it. I don't really play Animal Crossing, but you should play it. That's a good game. You know, and you can run it on a 4090. You know what I mean? Watched it but never played it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be wrapping up the stream here for a little bit, so you guys can say your goodbyes or whatever. I don't get the time, unfortunately. Yeah, it'd be like that, man. Stardew Valley is a time-consuming game. What I would always do in it, I played it during a summer. I played a lot of it during one summer on my old laptop. It was kind of like Harvest Moon, but it's very comparable to Animal Crossing as well. Except like you can farm, you know. I'd always try to just be an economic powerhouse and maximize my profit. That's what I would do. Yeah, the comparison was earlier on stream. So we talked about the 4060 Ti, we talked about the 7600, and then we compared that basically the 7600 isn't as bad. I think Stardew Valley is pushing 8 gigabytes at 720p actually. Yeah, we talked about that. The 7600 isn't as bad. It's not as criminal because at least the naming's right. Other than, at least the naming structure's right. It's just priced poorly that nobody cares about it. Yep. I might edit this stream down, so it's up to you if you want to check it out. But good night, guys. You have a good rest of your night. If you're in the US or something, I don't know what time zones would be nighttime. But yeah, it's been a good time. So, and then have a good rest of your day if you're somewhere else in the world. I'm about to leave. See you guys. Orlando, you just barely missed out. Have a good night, guys. See ya. Peace.